Welcome to Fantasy University, where our fantasy baseball department proudly presents The Draft, starring the members of the Not-So-Cheap Shot League. Don't try this at home. These people are professionals.
This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Not-So-Cheap Shot League, solely for the entertainment of our audience, and the publication, rebroadcast of the pictures and descriptions of the accounts of this draft without the express written consent of the Not-So-Cheap Shot League is prohibited.
Oh, that's just refreshing.
We'll have to edit that out.
And we might keep that one in. Goes with the rest of
That'll
them.
be on the blooper reel. Hey everybody, this is Noster and the Professor, as you know us. And you know how FX has that show called The League that takes you through the lives of so-called real fantasy football players for a whole year? Well, here we're going to do what we call The Draft. We are in a fantasy baseball league together, and we are going to bring you here on YouTube the Not-So-Cheap Shot League Fantasy Baseball Draft, whatever year this is. And so for the four of you who are going to watch it, we want you to have a little bit of understanding what we're doing here. So I'm going to go over a little bit about the rules that we play by and then the rules of the draft. So if the professor wants to start off here, he can tell us a little bit about the rules of the league. What do we got?
Well, we're in a 5x5 rotisserie league. The batting categories are home runs, RBIs, runs, batting average, and stolen bases. As for the pitching categories, we have saves, wins, earned run average, whip, and strikeouts.
Strikeouts, my favorite category. And at taping of this, we're about 2 or 3 games into the season. I am not doing too well so far in my favorite category.
But you're doing well overall so far. But as I've been told, it's a long, long season. Not a sprint. It is a marathon.
You got that right. Now, we'd also like to go over a little bit, and we'll probably banter back and forth in this so to make sure we try not to forget anything, the rules of our draft. Our league is composed of 13 teams. Alright, now the rules of the draft. These 13 teams can start off with 33 players, and we have a salary of $36 to buy our team. Now, each team...
Well,
Go ahead, talk about the holdovers.
Well, now we don't start off with 33. We have to get 33.
Right.
We have to get 33, and we're only allowed to spend $36. We do not do dollar intervals. We do dime intervals. So when you, $36, that's not much. Well, it is when you got to go by dimes. Our holdovers, we can hold over up to 17 players. Doesn't matter how much they are or anything like that. Go ahead.
The thing about the players we have to hold over those, they do have to have a salary from the previous year.
Yes.
Any player who's dropped then becomes a zero salary player and cannot be held over. Any undrafted player has a zero salary and cannot be held over.
Right. So when you see people being drafted like a few years ago, before he was even in Major League Baseball, Steven Strasburg in our league was drafted due to the fact he could not have been picked up during the season and held.
Right.
The only way to hold somebody, they have to have a dollar amount assigned to them. The only way to get one is either at the draft you draft them, or you can trade with another owner and pick up the contract. The contracts are for 4 years. After the 4th year, each year they go up by 10%. So if you get a guy for a dime, the following year it'll be 11 cents. You get a guy for $1, the following year it would be $1.10, and so forth. In the 4th year, whichever is greater, whether it be 10% or $2.30, that's what that player will be. So if you've got a guy that's 13 cents after the year's complete, if you wish to hold him, it's going to cost you $2.30, not 10% like it did in the previous years.
Right. So that's the basics of the draft, and the way we decide whoever came in last gets to call out the first name, and then we just go in order. You either have the option, if say he calls out Joe Mauer for a dime, the next person can say I'll go 20 cents, or you can raise it to $1 or whatever you want, but you hold your hand up, but once you pass, you're out of the bidding for that player for good. So, and like you said, in our league, you can draft anybody. I remember one year before we were in it, they drafted somebody's mother for a dime, and the big gag that year was if you made a trade with the team who had her, you had to take her in the trade. So you can draft college players, high school players, minor league players. You can draft Jeff's mother. She's a wonderful person. You'd love to have her on her team.
You can draft foreign players, like there's a few maybe Japanese stars that you might think they might come into the big league. A Cuban star might be defecting.
Yeah.
You can draft them before they're even picked up by a major league team.
Yeah, they defect. Most of my players are defective, but that's just part of the game. And also we have something we have called topper rights. If you have a player with a salary on your team that you don't want to hold over, you don't have to hold him over, but when his name is called up, like I had Jason Bay last year, and he was
My condolences.
And he was up close to $3, so I didn't hold him over. Well, when Jason names Bay is called up in the draft, I yell topper rights. And then I'm out of the bidding, and they go around, and the person who gets the highest bid, say he went for $1.30, that person has a choice there. He can raise the dollar amount up, say he wants to go $2 or anything he wants, because whatever the final bid is, I can top that for 10 cents and take Jason Bay back. So if he stops at $1.30 and say I'm stopping there, I can have Jason Bay back for $1.40, or he'll try to push me and say if you really want him back, you're going to pay more, I'm moving it up to $2.
And that's where our league is really, really strategy based, because you might have, say, 18, 19 players worth holding, but you're looking at a guy that's maybe never done anything, but he's not played that much, a young rookie that you got for like 20 cents, and you're looking at a guy that might cost you $2.50 to $3 that had a down year. Do I take the chance of letting that guy go back in and keep the guy for a dime and hope that they don't bid him up and I get him back at a cheaper price, which does happen quite a bit. And so when you see names like, oh man, why didn't they hold this dude? Well, it was probably because they were $3 or more, right. Like an A-Rod.
A-Rod wasn't held.
A-Rod wasn't held. But the guy who had him last
got him back.
Well, you'll see that.
You'll see. You got and saved money doing it.
And saved money doing it. It doesn't always work out that way. I made a mistake in letting Jonathan Sanchez go back in, and he went up about $1 or more than what I would have had him save for. But, oh well, there's a lot of great pitching, so I thought, well, what the heck. And this, I took the chance. I lost.
We've been playing fantasy baseball since '89, and we've been in this league 3 years now. And
yeah.
This was the league I've been looking for my whole life. I love this draft. Had a great time. It was a blast. We hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did. I'm Noster. He's a professor saying, have a great day.
Have a great day and a better tomorrow.
That's right.
I forgot my tag.